I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renans' eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Not my lucky day, I guess. Reel it in. That was disappointing. And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed. What healing arts can...
Hey.
Hmm?
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No...
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh Renan cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me, but my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Eagle dive! I'm on a roll now! Talon hurricane!
Airborne beast. My special.
Nothing gets by me!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for your dreamers.
Eagle dive! Eat this! Take this! Now you see what I can do!
Now, Frozen!
Hammer! Rip it too slow! Rip it double! Rise the Talon hurricane! Lightning thrust! Rise the Talon!
Now or never!
Dragon Shell!
Waterfall!
Nice,
Rob!
Leave it all to Rob!
Hey, I'm here too, you know.
We're thinning now.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art. When he slows down, that's our chance. Can't get out of this.
Glimmer Dragon!
Eat that! You require help. No further.
I'll finish you here and now!
Too fast. Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Eat this!
Here I go! Freeze, Glimmer Dragon! Dance in the wind! Dragon Shell! Glimmer Dragon!
Eat this! That's enough! In a bind? Talon Hurricane! Pierce through! Glimmer Thrust!
It's time.
Double Demon Blast! Crush! Eat this!
Raging Storm!
Almost.
Pierce! Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon! Talon Hurricane!
Here! Annihilation! I'll be hitting! Fury burning! This wall!
Talon Hurricane!
No further.
Glimmer Dragon! Eagle Dive! Dragon
Dance in the wind!
It's so hot! That's enough!
Let's get you all
Talon Hurricane!
Do it! Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dahnan history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Eat this! Not on my watch!
I'm not so good with Air Force partners. Here,
You got fires!
I've got this. Let him mark my hand.
All yours!
Now you see what I can do!
Now.
Just getting started!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
Well done. Pierce
Switch it down!
Do it! Dopamine!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Glacial speed! Let the marksman handle this!
Finish it! Rinwell!
Demon's Descent! Flashing bang!
So, did you like my boost art?
Yeah, it was off the charts!
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain.
They got me flanked!
Talon Hurricane!
No further! You picked the wrong fight!
It's a duel of the arts!
I'll finish you here
Never
now!
miss! Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Flying free!
Finish it!
Get me justice!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Shut!
We've well done!
That gun of yours is real handy in a pinch.
It takes a true marksman. Now you see what I can do!
Blow away!
I'm practically unstoppable. Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Eagle's Eye!
Where are you going?
Eagle's Eye!
Come face me!
I'll finish you here now! Talon Hurricane! Watch it! Talon Hurricane!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Eagle's Eye!
Shut him down!
I'll finish you here and now!
Ignite!
Talon Hurricane!
Take that!
Rip and tear! Dragon Fire!
Now you see what I can do!
Now!
This! Rinwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing bang! Easy!
Way to go!
Prepare to be seen! Rip and tear!
Do it!
Rinwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing bang! You're wide open!
With this, I can become even stronger. Look. Looks like some solid equipment. More Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
Sure.
Brace yourselves! This one's coming!
You got that laser! Hear me! Flame of fury! Air thrust! I'm on!
The enemy wields arms too.
You'll soon see about that! Helpen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Armor won't save you!
I'm expert coming through!
Can't get out of this!
I'll be saving!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Not in your dreams!
Eagle fly!
Annihilation!
Now I'm in the groove! All good things come to an end. Watch it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Watch this! You should have messed with me!
You picked the wrong fight!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said? Eyes on the prize!
That
Now
flank
you
goes
see what I
double for
can
you,
do!
Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
Dragon Swarm!
Eagle fly!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Too slow!
Be still!
Confiscated!
Now
Do
we're
it!
Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away! My fists are crushing it out there!
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Rising Phoenix!
I can handle it!
Take this!
If it's in the hands in the wind!
Glacial Field! Rapid Cam! Watch this! That's enough!
Burn in hell!
You're done! Who wants to die next?
You made quick work of it!
Want me to take a big slap
I
then?
keep just pointing it out!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Finish this!
Demons descend! Flashing bang! I'm even stronger than before.
There. Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Dahnan to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm... Been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why? Beautiful, precious life. What the? That is all I desire. Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Take this! Take this! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
In a bind.
Coming through!
Rip!
Eagle fly!
Here!
Dragon down! War without I'm on a roll, man! Eagle fly!
I'll smash you!
Enjoy.
Freaking does it!
Almost! Rising circuit!
Come and get it!
Take this.
Be still!
Enjoy.
Try this!
Here.
Running! This one's mine!
Show me your
Let the
strength.
marksman handle this. Now's our chance.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shion, wake up, please!
Elfin?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Dahnans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Dahnan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Dahnans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Dahnans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Dahnans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
So you're elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renans' explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Dahnans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then...
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Dahnans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of the show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Dahnan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifan? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan Lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dahna as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
I see.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dahna. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Ah, got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh!
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dahna's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Dahnans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll be saving this
Can't
one.
get out of this!
These ones can run rings around us.
Eat this! Talon Hurricane! Eagle Dive! You're done! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Rinwell.
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
You made quick work of mine.
Want me to pick up your slack, Jen?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
You can never be too prepared, but did we have to...
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Dahnan bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
There.
Get lost! Don't mind if I do!
Eagle fly! Eat this! Eagle fly!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall sphere! Here's the eagle! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
It got flyers!
I got it!
In an instant!
Impact claw!
Hear me!
I'm on a roll now! Eagle fly! Shattering the pieces!
Glacial sphere! Here's the evil! You know, Law, watching you really makes me realize...
Makes you realize what?
Maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly!
You
Don't
picked the
think,
wrong
just
fight!
keep swinging!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
Now,
Nothing new about that.
get toasty!
Bird strike!
I can feel my power growing!
I need something to eat.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Sleep now.
If it curls up, time to get out of the way!
Sleep now.
I'm on it! I'll bash in there to smash it!
I'll keep charging up!
That's what my
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Total devastation! Finish it!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Right, next one.
Already on it!
Demon fang! Glimmer fang!
Lunar corruption! Do it! Theon, astral energy! Full throttle!
You're wide open! I'll finish you here and now! Rise is broken! Dragon!
Anything in order is all mine!
I'll smash you!
Dance in the wind!
Howard Hurricane! Finish it!
Get on in there with the other!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Dahnan castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about Brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
Bad feeling about this. Leave the charges to me!
Not in your dreams! It's a duel jump!
We've got flyers.
I've got this! Not behind your uses!
I'll show you how useful I can be!
What's this?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
No, keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it. I'll leave it to you.
What's this?
Prepare to be seized, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps round is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. I'm on it. Dragon show! Laser flame! Do it! With this, I can become even stronger.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I never miss.
Rising Wyvern.
Their hide as thick as armor.
Eagle Drive.
ST Airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a enemy.
I'll stop its charge!
No complaint here!
Well, we're on the home stretch now, hey?
Don't take your eyes off the prize. Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest further.
Far enough.
Ignite.
Do it! Alpen, astral energy!
Say no more. Shut.
We'll do it!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here's a healing orb!
Rising
Here's your
Wyvern.
first
I owe you one. Be still.
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, sort of unsavory research she... wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought. This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used even if the above ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Dahnan ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You've suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Where are you going? Ready and ready! All finished destruction! Take devastation! I'll finish you here and now! Dragon shell!
You picked the wrong choice.
Like that can easily be fated.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it. I'm dead! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Too slow! Take two! Armor won't save you!
I can handle it. Denied!
Who's next?
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Another one down!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form. Nothing new about that. And still as humble as ever.
Now I'm real mad!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
What? No, I wasn't!
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
No armor can stop me! Keep charging!
Remind me to that's what my shield's for.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Ready and ready! I'll smash you! Now I'm in the groove! No further! Stay here! Rising Wyvern! Now I'm in the groove!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer! We're in good form! It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out!
Where are you going? Far enough! Eagle Fly!
It's go time! I can carve through armor! Glimmer Dragon!
Confiscated!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours
You've been
truly.
smelling to me.
Yeah, and a tumbling to me!
You got company!
Swallow dare!
Sealed!
Hold nothing back! Come on, roll now! Finish it! I'm on it! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Here's the evil!
Take balloon! Devastation! Rising Wyvern! Eagle Fly! I'm on it!
Throbbed with pain.
Dragon Shell! Rising Wyvern! Coming through! Ha! Mount! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance to the wind! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
Looks like some solid equipment.
sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off!
Here and now!
Eagle Fly! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Rising light!
Now I'm in the groove!
Eagle Fly! Do it! In here!
Goodwill! Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
Take this!
Here! Powered Hurricane!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Guess I misread the landing.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here! Where are you going? Powered Hurricane!
Now or never. No further!
Take Bolero! Eagle Fly! I'll finish you here and now! Dragon Shell! First strike!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Take Varna!
Here I come!
Now! Goodwill! Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
I still got a ways to go! Be my guest!
Take this!
With astral energy!
Burn!
Not in your dreams!
Glimmer Dragon! Now I'm in the groove!
Severing wind!
Another one down!
Hey, now see that you don't get in trouble again.
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Winwell!
I'm not scared! I'm totally fine!
Ready and ready! I can carve through! I'm just getting started!
You're
mine! I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done!
In the groove! Eagle Fly!
Now!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I'll finish you here and now!
Lightning orb!
Eagle Fly!
Lightning
Flying sprint! Demons descend! Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Ready and ready! Now you see what I can do!
I'll hear these!
Swallow down! Now I'm in the groove!
Breathe in astral energy!
Say no more!
Too slow! Rip and tear!
Into the dragon ship!
No further! We're clean at house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Blade!
Lunar Soul! Lunar Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Hurricane! I can handle it!
Raging Storm!
Eagle Dive!
Now, get toasty!
Bird Strike! Those bombs of yours are amazing!
Who needs a gun when you can send them flying?
Guess I misread the landing.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Take this! That freaking does it!
This one's mine!
Glimmer Dragon!
We got Dragon Shell!
Feel it. This one's mine.
All back in their defenses!
Not easy for you.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Just getting strong! Eagle Dive! Dragon Shell! I really owe you one. So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a concern, my dear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
Raging Cascade!
Helen Hurricane!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's
Now!
content.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Faster!
Hurricane!
You picked the wrong fight!
Glimmer Dragon!
Annihilation!
Dragon Shell!
Annihilation!
No further!
Wind Astral Energy!
Nicely done.
Guess I misread the landing. There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be.
Look out!
We'll figure this out later. Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
I don't understand. Did Bedankt lie?
He didn't seem the type to lead us on a wild goose chase.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
Aim for the weak spot.
In here! Where are you going?
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Save you! No, then it's silly. Swallow dance! Watch this!
I'll trip it out.
Swallow dance! Watch it!
Here, let me help. First
There
aid!
you go! Feel like me again!
This one's all mine. Now, follow freely.
Take it down!
Now I'm in the groove!
Take it.
Far enough!
It's over.
Anything in armor is all mine! Watch it! Now you see what I can do!
Double demon
That
fang.
frickin' does
Let me
it!
help.
Dragon Show!
First aid!
I really owe you one. Rip and tear! Look at it, you hear it now!
Lightning you down!
Eagle Dive!
Thunder blast!
Howard Hurricane! Now I'm in the groove! It was nice while it lasted.
Here's a healing malevolence!
Here I come. Demon
Howard
fang.
Hurricane!
Here I go!
Sword right there.
Never miss! Sleep now! Get on in there with the
That frickin' does it! Howard Hurricane!
Take this.
corruption!
Wind Dragon!
Watch and swallow! Hey, one at a time! Sleep now!
You picked the wrong fight.
Let's get you up!
Hurricane!
Confiscated!
Shattering pieces! Attack time!
Amazing.
In a vine, rip and tear! Eagle dive!
Annihilation!
Demons descend! Flashing fang! Howard Hurricane! Dragon Sword! Rip and tear! Eagle dive!
I'm impressed.
Rip and tear!
It's weakened!
Dragon Sword!
This ends now.
Eagle dive! Dragon Show!
There you go! Don't let up!
Not today.
Armor won't save you!
Enemies incoming!
Then we'll take them down!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
The enemy is going all out! Will they help?
Almost!
Do you require a hand?
That move!
Can't get out of
Here
bed!
comes the big one.
Hey, that! Where are you going? I can handle it! Hey, that!
He's such a failure.
You'll pay for that. Rising Wyvern.
Dance in the wind! They're surrounding us! I'll bring you back from death to bed! Dance in the wind! Regeneration! Here's a healing art! Confiscate!
Blow away.
First aid!
Hurricane! Eagle dive!
You picked the wrong fight.
Now I'm in the groove!
Let's go!
You're finished. Finish this.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one!
Already
They're
on!
crumbling!
Now we beat the crap out!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Rip and tear! All like focus!
Raging cascade!
Demon fang.
Eagle dive!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! He's such a failure.
Stay away from my friend.
In a vine,
I'll bring you back from death to bed!
This should do it.
nothing this frickin' does it! Howard Hurricane! Eagle dive!
Now's our chance!
This should do
I'm
it.
just getting started!
You're mine.
Dragon Shout! Someone needs you here and now!
Eat this! Back into the left! Annihilation! I never miss!
Here we go again!
Here's a healing arm!
Here I go.
Here goes! Alright, move it!
Hold nothing back.
Do it!
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Shion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Shion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns, I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died, I knew I would be alone.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renans Alma.
The Renans Alma?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Dahnan liberation and the Renans Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Niaz.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
But that's...
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look! Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadheim's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord. The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadheim's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city, so I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadheim will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this. I'm worried about just what Deadheim has in store for Almeidrea. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech. I wonder if something happened.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed. They've apprehended an enemy leader. That said...
Yep. Isn't there some way to calm them down?
These must be the Dahnans the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The city might be in ruins, but the people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfon said Deadheim would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
Well... Is that...
Yes. It's Lord Almeidrea Kaineris.
Please stop! No good can come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Is this supposed to be justice? Astral energy? Why now?
You don't think that...
The fruit of Helgen.
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
Found you at last. I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dahnan? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinwell!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Rinwell.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you! Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
Even so, sorry. I'm afraid that I can't let you do that. No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinwell. I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people! Why did you? Why, Ela?
Is your little show quite finished?
Why, you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed. For that, you deserve a reward. I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor. Rearranging life and death to form new hellish compositions. That is what I do best. Now behold!
Mom, I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
Take it! Leave the target to me! Anything normal is all up. It'll work!
Glacial Spear. Here's the evil.
Getting stronger! Armor won't save you!
Freeze Lancer.
Far enough! Evil God!
Raging Star. Celestial Water. Art Seal. Healing Circle.
That's
Not in your dreams.
that freaking does it!
Thank you.
This one's mine!
Dragon Shell! Talon Hurricane!
Take this!
Thankful
You're
Arrow!
finished!
What's this? Eat this!
Rising
Here!
Light!
Here!
Soaring Light
More
Spear!
for the stop sign. Let me help. The water
Armor won't save you!
Here I come!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I go. Primed and red.
Almost!
Mirage!
Watch it!
Dragon Swarm!
Here, let me help.
Talon Hurricane!
Swallow Blade!
I never miss.
Take this!
Raging Storm.
Not today!
Talon
Celestial
Hurricane!
Thunder. Razor Cyclone.
Rip and tear!
I can handle it.
Far enough! Oh! Now I'm real mad! Take this! I can carve through armor! Thankful Arrow!
Tempest. Slow Split.
That's what's this!
Razor Cyclone.
Swallow this! Eagle Shot!
Raging
What's this?
Art Seal. Confiscated.
Talon Hurricane!
Lightning Control. Thunderblade.
Talon Hurricane! Rip and
This
tear!
one's mine!
Eagle Shot! Swallow this! Shattering up pieces! Attack! Thankful Arrow!
Double Demon Fang!
Swallow this!
Wyvern!
Eagle Shot! That is the spot! Leave it!
Tail's the problem. Then let's focus there first.
All good things
Where are
come to an
you
end.
going? Here's a
Raging Storm! That friggin' does it!
Razor
No further!
into the shadows.
Demon Fang!
Swallow dance!
Take this!
By the power of
Thankful Arrow!
Steel Force. Raging Cascade. Relevant Field.
What's this?
You picked the wrong fight!
I'll smash you! Thankful Arrow!
Art Seal.
Megasonic
Not
Drop!
on my watch.
Eagle! Now, it was nice while it lasted.
Stand to the
Raging
window.
Wyvern!
Healing Circle.
Talon Hurricane!
Lightning Conduct.
Rip and tear!
Win!
Talon Hurricane!
Evil.
Rising Spear!
Lightning Conduct.
Nothing gets by me.
I roared up!
Finish it!
Hurricane!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Lightning Fist was all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Now
or never.
I'm on a roll now. Getting stronger.
Rarely and rarely!
Switching up its movements!
Armor won't
Watch
save
out!
you!
Lightning Conduct.
Glimmer! I'll finish you here and now! All good things come to an end.
Glacial Spear.
Talon Hurricane!
Blow away!
Where are you going?
Rip and tear! Eagle Drop!
Here, let me help.
Rising Sun!
Hurricane!
Here you are! Rising Sun!
Rip and tear!
Art Seal. Confiscated. Raging Cascade. Healing Art. Sleep
Talon Hurricane!
More for the stop.
Rip and tear! Now I'm in the groove!
Eat dirt!
I'll smash you!
Steel Force. Lunar Eruption.
Dragon Swarm!
Denied!
Now I'm in the groove. Eagle fly. Oh, too slow. It's time. No further.
Raging storm!
Rip and tear. Now I'm in the groove.
My astral endurance flow! Reload!
Severing wing! Rising phoenix!
Here, let me help.
Triple phoenix fang!
Taloned hurricane.
Phoenix! Fang!
Raging storm!
Take this! Rising wyvern!
Healing circle!
Thank you.
I can carve through. Now I'm in the groove.
Healing blue!
Ignite!
Here it
Oh, now I'm real mad.
goes!
No! Can't end here!
Leave the chargers to me!
Triple phoenix
Not
fang!
on my watch!
Denied!
This one's mine.
Eagle fly.
Lunar corruption!
It's time.
Lunar dash!
Can't get out of this.
Lightning to
Watch
death!
this.
Thank
Eagle fly. Dragon shout.
Big waterfall! Lightning!
Eagle, I'm just getting started. Armor won't save you.
Stockpile! Lunar corruption!
Swallow down.
Gemini!
Now I'm in the groove.
More where that came from!
Thank you.
Eat dirt!
That freaking does it.
Here and now!
Eagle fly.
Rising wyvern!
Trying to hold finish you here and now. I really owe you one. Swallow this.
Raging storm!
You're mine!
Faithful. Eagle fly. Throbbed in pain. Can't get out of this.
Into the ready!
Quiver.
Here I come!
Flush. Faithful.
Raging stay help!
Shattering the pieces. Attack us. Eagle fly.
Here!
Dragon shout.
More with the stockpile! Annihilation!
Faithful. That freaking does it.
And this!
Here I come!
More where that came from!
Swallow there.
Pierce through! Demon
Healing
fang!
circle!
I'm on a roll now.
It's all mine!
Back into the fray! Hear me! Flame of fury! Chinese supernova! Annihilation!
Take this!
Flame of fury! Burning strike! Will this help?
Ready to go. Denied.
I can't carry forever! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. But Almeidrea got away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Beifan, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almeidrea's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Dahnans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseth and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almeidrea makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this, once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. smile at her from across the battlefield, apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almeidrea, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almeidrea's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almeidrea has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almeidrea without me. I need to be there. Please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live. Without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Beifan, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing, but now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go. What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good. I'll bet.
We'll stuff it this time.
I still can't believe what that Almeidrea did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinwell, can you keep moving?
Yeah. My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almeidrea who did it. I'm sorry, Rinwell.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Dahnan mages to be that much of a threat?
Enough to invade another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even though I'm Dahnan?
Rinwell.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Done. This is
Have you got... checked your equipment lately?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help. You sense one of your pals, Hootle? I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of...
Gotta break through!
Ready and rail! That target does it!
Pierce
No
through!
further! Talon hurricane!
Reggie, careful! You have some kind of counter. Annihilation! Chinese supernova! Raging cascade! Ready!
Glimmer! What's this? Eagle drive! Swallow blade! He's dead! Roll now!
Hope this works! Searing flame! Reload!
This one's mine!
Talon hurricane!
Let the marksman handle
Through
it!
escape!
I'm all stuck
Swallow
up!
dance!
Ready?
Annihilation!
Where are you going? Pieces! Attack time!
Rising
Bolero!
Here, let me help!
Eagle drive!
Waterfall!
Nothing
Here!
gets by me!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
just as well. I'm here to stop.
No further! Try this! Talon hurricane! Glimmer dragon!
Here's Evo! Can't
I'm
just getting started.
Freeze Lancer!
I'm on. All good things come to an end.
This one's off! Ignite!
Clear goes!
Talon
Not on my
Hurricane!
watch!
Wind and Chaos! Now I'm in the groove.
Captured!
Eagle Dive! Anything in armor is all mine.
Rising Light!
Dance in the wind! Quiver blast! Dance in the wind!
All good things.
Here I come!
First aid!
This one's all mine!
Talon Hurricane!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle. This just might be paradise.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For Crown Contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral energy they pursue. Similar to that windmill, for instance.
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almeidrea fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zoogles, I guess.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dannans.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's an example. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Dahnans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Dahnan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Dahnans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Dahnans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Dahnans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Dahnan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Xion.
Not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Xion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahbar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahag Saar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute... That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Dahnan in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Bring him down! This one's mine!
Here goes!
Bombardment! Sliver Dragon! Eagle Fire support! Watch this! Demons descend! Flashing Fang!
We can really make weapons with the...
Right, here goes! Engaging! In a bind! Thankful arrow!
Sleep now!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand! On my lord! Pieces!
An astral blade?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! It's almost too strong!
Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! Come on, Dan! Demon Fang! We're not finished!
Barely a...
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Swallow dance! I'll finish you here and now! Fateful arrow!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern!
Now in the groove!
You require a hand.
Hurricane Thrust!
Armor won't save you!
Swallow Blade!
Fateful arrow!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Damn it!
Scoot back!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Taloned Hurricane!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Little help!
Swallow dance!
Glacial Spear!
Evil Ride!
You think that shield will save you?
We're not finished! Eagle Fire! Swallow dance! Fateful arrow! Now you see what I can do! Now getting started! Hey! Blow them away!
Here I go!
The enemy will us too.
We'll soon see about that! With this, I can become even stronger! Go no further!
Taloned Hurricane! Eagle Fire!
Here, let me help!
No further!
Hate the way you did!
In an instant!
Impact Bomb! Too slow! Glimmer Dragon! Rising Dragon Shell!
Feel
Not
this!
dead!
I'm only getting
Blue
started!
Arrow
This
Guide!
one!
Soaring Red Spear! I'm on it!
Feel this! I'll be
Pierce!
saving
Taloned
this one!
Hurricane! Sonic Thrust! Eagle Fire! Alpha! I'm on it!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Hi, Hoodle!
Armor won't save you!
My shield!
Swallow dance!
Take down their defenses!
I'll finish you here and now! Denied! Fateful arrow!
Rising
This
Wyvern!
one's mine!
Eagle Fire!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike!
Let's refrain from losing.
Out of our way!
Taloned Hurricane!
Try this!
Clear Dragon!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Shell!
I won't show you any mercy! The rebel!
Rip and tear! Now I'm in the groove! I'll smash you! Rip and tear!
Rising
Fateful arrow! I'm on now!
Eat dirt!
Swallow dance! Fateful arrow!
Dance in the wind!
No further!
Air thrust!
Should have messed with me!
Be still!
Nothing gets like this! Far enough!
I'll teach you respect!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Fear.
Eagle Fire! Talon Ultra!
I'll be
Talon Hurricane! Eagle Fire!
Sonic Boom!
Talon Hurricane! Rivet Tear! Eagle Fire! Watch this!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
I won't forgive you!
This one's mine!
Glimmer Dragon!
Take this!
Eagle
We're not finished!
Eagle Fly! Dragon Shell! Anything in
Do
armor
it!
is all
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Raging
slow.
Cascade!
Leave him smelling to me.
Yeah! And bubbling to me!
Finish it!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
I can feel my power growing!
Get lost!
Swallow Dance! I'll smash you!
Mega
Fatal
Ray!
Arrow!
Raging Storm!
Eagle Fire!
Pierce through!
That's freaking decent! Talon Hurricane! Far enough!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours
Watch
truly!
this! Glimmer Dragon! Eagle
That's my
Fire!
cue! If it's in the
Shut
sky,
him
it's
down.
mine!
That freaking does it!
I never miss! Raging
Dance! Finish it!
Raging
Eagle
Cascade!
Out!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang! I'm too slow! Watch this!
Here comes!
Glimmer Dragon!
I'm ready for the next battle! Get lost!
Take this! Take this!
By the Tempest, they really don't give up, do they?
Eagle, I'll smash you! Watch it!
Here, let me help!
Talon Hurricane! Finish it!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike! Too slow! I'm just getting
Lightning Orb!
Burn in hell!
Like
Leave the
energy!
charge to me! Glimmer Dragon! Eagle God! Swallow Dance! Phoenix! Fatal Arrow! You're mine!
Here!
Eagle God!
Raging Storm!
Sharpen Thrust! Talon Hurricane! Wicked Tear! Rising One! Dragon Shout! Soaring Light Spear! Ignite! I'll smash you! Wicked Tear! Dragon Shout! Take this! Raining Thrust!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Eagle Fire!
I really owe you one.
Law, you alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay. Dragon Shout! Here I come! Watch this! Dragon Shout!
Where are you going?
Eagle Fire! Armor won't save you!
Will this help?
Talon Hurricane!
Glimmer
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
That equipment should come in handy.
of the mill Zugals the Renans usually keep around.
Out of our way! Astral energy! Full throttle!
You're wide open! Eagle, I'll finish you here and now!
You're mine!
Sonic thrust! Eagle fire! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Rip and tear! Swallow dare!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Glacial spear! Pierce
You're
eagle!
wide open!
Fear,
Pierce
throw,
through!
pain.
Rising wyvern!
Lightning orb!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever the...
Little help!
Anything you want! Be still! Eagle fire! Rising rocket!
Light arrow! I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Got fires!
I've got you! Let him mark your handle! We'll soon see about that!
All yours!
Not on my watch!
Now I'm real mad! Split it open! Be my guest! Swallow dare! Take arrow! Burn! Out of the way! Eagle fly! Eat this! Dragon form! Swallow dare! Sensation! Rising wyvern! Shattering! Ethan! Attack time! Eagle! Dragon Demon Fang! It's time!
Freeze Lancer!
Dragon down! Be still! No further!
Here's another!
Rising Dragon!
Close one!
Eagle fly! Dragon down! Rising wyvern! Soaring light spear! Swallow dare! Take arrow! You picked the wrong choice! Eagle fly!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Goodwill! Demons descend! Flashing fang! You're wide open! Dragon Tang!
This one's mine!
We're not finished! Armor won't save you! Finish it!
Okay.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
A hard-won victory.
Thank you.
Let's end this and get a bite to eat instead.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still? No choice. Now or never.
of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? Ugh, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
Not today! Eagle fly!
Bladed fist!
Engaging!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
It was nice while it lasted.
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shio.
This might go well in that new recipe.
Can't wait to see what you make.
You're the one making it.
Right, here goes! Now you'll learn! You're mine! You're mine! With care!
Dragon ready!
I'm going in! Not today!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Rising fire! Eagle fire!
The enemy wields armor too.
We'll soon see about that!
You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
Eagle fly! Devastation! Dragon ready to rip!
Time to let it rip.
Its armor strong. Split it open!
Be my guest.
Eagle fly! Take this! Too fast! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
Not today! Take Bolero! Come quiet! Even
Sleep now!
Dragon down! Talk about
Leave the power to me!
Eagle fly! Swallow blade! Dragon
Rising
Out of ammo! What's denied?
No further! Dragon
This has got your name on him!
Now! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Raging cascade!
Raining slash!
Spread! With this, I can become even.
Thus our strength yet grows.
An opponent like this should be easy. I'll be one, eh?
Hey, what?
Eagle fly! Wing out of the way! Devastation!
No shield can stand up to these fists.
Alpha!
Now in the groove.
We're not finished! It's over!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and public to me.
Finish it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Too slow. Rip and tear. Shattering dreams. Pieces. Attack time.
They managed to pull through.
Little help!
Now or never! Eagle fly! Double demon! Come on,
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life. Seems you're wide open. Can't get out of now. I'm in the groove. Eagle fly.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Don't get careless.
Got you now! Eat dirt! Slam it! Eagle fly! Here I come! Damn it! Did they hide it though? Amazing! Forever! Go down!
I can't hear you. Armor won't save you. Strike! Watch this!
Good time! This one's mine!
That is the spot.
I'm on the blade!
Rising Wiper!
Demon Trail!
No further!
Dragon Shout!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Watch this!
You're mine! Demon Trail!
Listen, I'm just getting started!
Raven, I never miss!
Demon Trail!
I can carve through armor!
Orphan Reptile! Annihilation!
Nice while it lasts.
Listen to it! Here I come! This one's
I'm
all
all
mine!
over.
Dragon! I'll finish you here and now!
Lightning condemned! Still
Now in the groove!
Chocolate flashlight!
Coming through! Another power to the wind!
Double demon
Please now!
Trail! Do it like that!
Talon Hurricane! Too slow!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kitara! Only getting
Prepare to be sealed! Now you see what I can do!
Pistol!
Take this!
Lightning
Talon
thrust!
Hurricane! I'll finish you here and now! Lost my focus!
Lunar Blast!
This one's mine!
Lightning! Downfall!
Talon Hurricane!
If it's in the
Rip and
sky,
tear!
it's mine!
Eagle Dive!
Rising Wiper!
Eat this! That wicked does it!
This one's mine! Not in your dreams!
Shattering all pieces!
Here's the evil! Raging storm!
You're wide open! I can carve through! Now I'm in the groove! Finish it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Too slow!
Burn in hell!
Nothing gets by me! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Knowing when we're in too deep is...
She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here. What's this thing?
I won't forgive you!
Now I'm in the groove! Take this! No further! It's almost too strong! Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! Now I'm in the groove! Eagle dive! First strike! Armor won't save you! Sword rain outlook! You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that. Slush! Single dance!
I never miss! you. Lunar corruption!
What's this? Wind!
Radiant storm!
Almost!
Lightning!
Swallow this! I'll finish you here and now! Sword Eater! Armor won't save you!
You require a hand. Burning strike! Great heat field! Pierce evil!
Talon Hurricane!
Freeze lancer!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Confiscated!
Talon
Great heat
Hurricane!
field! Pierce evil!
Rip and tear! Double Demon Face! This!
Freeze lancer! Dance in the wind! In here! Steering the way! I'll be fading!
Rising Alpha! Now I'm in the groove!
First air! Scale boss! More where that came from! Raging cascade!
Talon Hurricane! Dazzle! Rip and tear!
Eagle! I can handle it!
Far enough! Almost!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
This one's all mine!
It was nice while it lasted. Go time!
Talon Hurricane! Now you see what I can do! Chocolate Strike! I'll finish you here and now! Sonic Thrust!
Here's a healing arm!
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind! It was nice while it lasted. Too much to handle?
Genesis! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I need to be stronger.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Pow! I see what it is!
Where are you going?
Take this! Eagle Dive! I'm on a roll, man! Fire support! Eagle Dive! Dragon Shout! Flaming Talon Hurricane! One down! Eagle Dive! Warfare! Mission!
That's my cue!
Demons Descend! Flashing Fang!
Here I go!
You're wide open!
And again!
Swallow this! Now I'm in the groove!
Tempest Wall!
Flaming Throat!
Waterfall! In here! Here's the evil! Baby, this way! Freeze now!
Demons Descend! Flashing Fang! I can feel my power growing!
If Almeidrea's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Dahnan mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. Well, we've only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dahnan Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mien's. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dahnan.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmold! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Send me to the fray! Let the rest!
Glimmer Dragon Form!
Anything in order is all right.
This one's mine!
This one's mine! I'll defend this place!
Know your place.
Now let's see what I can do! Now I'm in the groove!
Be still!
Now I'm in the groove!
Can't get out of this! Rising Wyvern!
Eagle ready to go! More for the stockpile!
Rise for me.
Dragon Shout! Rising Wyvern!
Eagle fly.
Away! Hurricane Thrust! Dragon Shout! Rising Phoenix!
Here, not on my watch!
Dragon Force! Try this! Dragon Shout!
You're mine!
Ready and ready! I'll smash you! Glimmer Dragon! Be still! Rip and tear! Mirage! Crystal all mine! Far enough!
Celestial
Eagle Fly! Take this! Dragon Shout! Glimmer Dragon!
Annihilation!
Almost!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Rising Wyvern! Eagle Dive! Sword Lane Alpha! Eat this! This one's all mine! This one's mine!
Beaming with hatred.
I'll smash you! You're mine! Alpha!
Gemini Alpha!
I can handle it.
You're mine!
Dreams!
No escape!
Glimmer Dragon! Now I'm in the groove!
Eagle Dive! Double Demon Fang!
I'll heal you all!
I really owe you one. I really owe you one. No further!
Denied! Eagle Dive! Here, let me help! Thank you. Manage your dreams! Here's a healing art!
Lost my focus! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Rising Wyvern! Eater!
Stay away! I can carve through armor!
Delivering wind!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This one's mine!
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her. And take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
Ignite!
You require
In a vine?
Far enough!
You will!
Dragon Shout! Eagle Fly!
Now I'm in the groove!
Hear me! Flame of water!
Rising Wyvern!
looks bad.
Wits about you, people.
Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Piercing Thunder Field! Dance in the wind! I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me! Radiant Pierce!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Win!
Take Bolero!
Ignite!
I'm all stuffed up! Annihilation! Already stockpile!
Eagle Dive! Destroying Shield!
Here's a healing art!
Eagle Dive!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Talon Hurricane!
I'm ready. Let's have some.
No further!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Damn it! Confiscated!
Dragon Splash!
Dragon Shield! Here's evil! Cover the castle!
First
Here's a
strike!
healing field! First
You're
aid!
mine!
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friend! Eagle Dive! Explosive
I'll
ray!
finish you here and now!
Eagle Dive! Ignite!
Undead waterfall!
Talon Hurricane!
Sleep now! First aid! I'll save you!
I'll finish you here
Sword
and
Lane
now!
Alpha!
Eat this!
Talon Hurricane! Be still! Rising Sun!
Armor won't save you!
Pierce through!
Now I'm in the groove! That freaking does it!
Rising Wyvern!
Take this!
Eagle Dive!
Dragon Shout!
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't.
Eagle Dive! Dragon Shout!
Lunar Raging Cascade! Lunar
Denied.
Talon Hurricane!
The winds of judgment blow your way.
Eagle Dive!
Impending calamity.
I can carve through armor!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
You will.
You're wide open!
Lightning can
Eagle Dive!
I'll finish you here and now!
Demon
Descend! Flashing Fang!
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Dahnan, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Dahnan or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more. Stop right there! Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Shion!
Alvin!
come and find me. If you truly are the Sovereign.